Ebusia NDC MPC nkofobia omo ya ade na so omo nyinwie omo ya ade na omo nto omo na se ka che omo se jaya ebusia enya ade ombe jai enra me the video bi nso ebrem a me kirem a kire mo se after a year na Nana Akufo-Addo wa address a nation ewie e parliament no deputy minority leader eba abontene e kuki e na Nana Akufo-Addo wo kire mo se sa nyoma na we ni na ne be classify ono Nana Akufo-Addo as a president in this fourth republic no wa bonkum we nyoma a deputy minority leader e kan e parliament. But the video be kire ma me kire ma kire mo say this particular video was the video just say na Madam Rebecca or confront honorable boy wo kire mo say nsem no kan parliament to the busia a no go area Emma afenyo markets e be twe Madam Rebecca e free AC no honum. A lot of people were saying say nsem na make kan e ntro na metra, but this was the video and the screenshot nipa posti e wo Twitter wo kan wansem a positive video no caption say Miss Rebecca Akufo-Addo confronted Honorable Boa for describing his husband as the worst president of the Fourth Republic. She said, "Don't try this words on my husband again." It was Afenyo Markins who stepped in to carry her away. When your money penetrate our Twitter, so this video no so it was, but a lot of people were saying at the comment section of the video say no credit and I mean misleading conform or that particular video. Now see in a video no. When you know na Madam Rebecca eba abonte be confront honorable Boa na ebusuya NDC MPs na sa asori biom mo ka o madwene esa de kire na Nana Akufo-Addo mo kire mu se ye pe obi a ebusuya we insensitive na Nana Akufo-Addo nti ye hwe se Madam Rebecca esa ba abonte ne asa respond to nsema NDC MPs na sa aba biom ebe kana ebusuya a lot of NDC MPs ba abonte ne ebe kasa ye nipa odi kan be kasa ye Sam George the otosumiu no new elected MP on so over parliament afresh ebusuya and all this answer we never to be can adwene e de che na Nana Akufo-Addo me pese me kasa bebre no ya try responder NDC MPs no e de buy after say Madam Rebecca eba abonte ne eba confront Honorable Boa asi malikbasintale TV so we no first number channel so but no subscribe let's share video no be nya bi nhwe.
The president was speaking. Honorable, at some point you caught the attention of the public. You didn't seem impressed by the president's message on the stage of the nation.
Well, the president came to mislead the House. I mean, he misled the House is a House of records. He misled the House when the president claims that he took over a country where the power was off, the lights were off. That's not true. In 2016, there was no doom. So today, as we speak, we have a debt of 2.7 billion in the energy sector. So the president cannot say he's leaving with the lights turned on. The lights are on with a huge debt that's sitting there. You know, yesterday they had to come and hurriedly lay the appropriation on account because they realized the folly of their actions when they failed to do that before Parliament rose before Christmas, because it was only during the Christmas break that they realized that they had to pay external coupons tomorrow. And that's why they quickly came to Parliament yesterday to lay on account. That's the recklessness of this government. It's not because they love the Ghanaian worker. It's because they're going to default on coupons on the Eurobond. That's why they couldn't have paid without getting that approval yesterday. That's why they rushed the House yesterday. We ended up closing up at almost 8:30 p.m. yesterday. The president came to do a State of the Nations, failed to speak about the cathedral that he promised God, failed to speak about foreign exchange rates, the fact that he took over the currency, the US dollar at 4, and today the US dollar is around 17, failed to talk about petrol prices, failed to talk about any of the other things that affect the ordinary Ghanaian. The president did not just only come and peddle untruths, but he grossly misled the House. The president didn't say anything about the LGBTQ bill. He said he will sign it so long as the courts dispense of the case. The courts have dispensed of the case. It's been almost a month. So you see, the president clearly is completely out of touch. The president says that Agenda 111, he's completed a number of them. I think I now understand the president very well. You see, the president said Agenda 111. He counts the 111 as 1 + 1 + 1 equals to 3. Because out of 111, the president has only commissioned 3. And the 3 he's commissioned, let me state on record, there is no equipment in them. They're empty buildings, shell buildings. So he's not commissioned a single building. Yet the president comes to stand here and speak about it. The president, clearly, it's unfortunate that we've been saddled with this. But like the Honorable Boa said, the Egyptians we see today, we shall see no more again. President Akufo-Addo is a masterclass in how not to lead a country. political science students will study his governance on how you should not run a thriving economy into the ground. He's the first president to start his administration with an IMF program and exiting an IMF program. I mean, he clearly is not a president worth his salt.
Former minority, the Haruna Idrisu, but an incoming member of parliament is around. I'm sure he is going through his registration. Honorable Addo Magbana MP, incoming MP for Ketunov. Honorable, you've also been listening to the president, and for a party that is coming into office, the president says he has laid a solid foundation. He has laid a great platform for the NDC to build on. Certainly, that's something that you agree with.
No, I disagree with the president on those remarks. But let me first congratulate him and his team for handling the affairs of this country for the past 8 years. Certainly, there are some few things that we can applaud the president for. And generally, the verdict Ghanaians expressed on 7 December for me is the best verdict on the performance of this government. If indeed the economy is strong, if indeed you are leaving behind a solid foundation, the people of Ghana are discerning. They could have seen it, but you saw the way and manner in which they voted. It tells us that they certainly are not happy with the performance of this government, and they are counting on us, the NDC, led by President Mahama, to come and reset this country. When you look at the speech that Mr. President read, he left out very key but fundamental issues that are of concern to us as a people of Ghana. First one is the issue of unemployment. Why is the president not talking about the rates of unemployment? Why is the president not talking about the fact that Ghanaian workers across the country are not happy with their conditions of service? As we speak, you have CITAC and some other labor unions on strike at the tail end of your administration. So for me, these are the key issues that the president ought to have spoken about. But he chose to touch on a few things, and he claims that the data or statistics are not right. But I keep saying that in political communication, it is easy for you to pull out some data or statistics and create the impression that things are well. But the best way to measure the success of your economic policies is how Ghanaians are feeling in their pockets. And so let this be a guide to all of us, that it is easy to package lies and some statistics and create impressions with it. But the reception of the message lies with the person and how the person feels. And so if for me as a Ghanaian, 8 years ago, my salary could afford 30 bags of cement at the end of the month, and today my salary may have seen some nominal increment, but in terms of value, I'm not able to even buy 20 bags of cement. I cannot say that this economy is better than or has improved for me, because at the end of the day, the economy has to do with your interface with it and how you feel, the value of your asset, the value of your money and all of that. I think that, like our deputy minority leader said, President Akufo-Addo will be remembered for, or as the president who really was insensitive to the good people of Ghana. He will be remembered, or his tenure of office, the 8 years, will be remembered as how not to rule a country or how not to govern a country. But we are done with elections. We cannot continue complaining and analyzing what had happened in the past. That is why Ghanaians went to the polls and endorsed us. We are expecting that come January 7th, after President Mahama takes office, he and his team will quickly hit the ground running, and all of us will play our part, our role, to ensure that we reset this country, because Ghanaians voted for resetting Ghana and not for continuation of the current order of the day.
Take a bite on what, in my view, should be the first point of discussion as far as the state of the nation address
let's deal with the
presented by
corruption.
that's the one that I consider the first point, because there were many topics that he raised. One of the topics was corruption, which you have raised. So I just want to make some brief comments on that. And you see, President Akufo-Addo actually will go down in history as one of the worst that we have ever had in the Fourth Republic. And I think the deputy minority leader, Honorable Amakofi-Buah, couldn't have put it any better when he said that his government will remain in history as a way not to govern. It will become a lesson.
That's interesting.
Yes, it will become a lesson. Because, you see, he is shameless, Alfred.
What do you mean by that?
The president is shameless.
Based on what?
Look, I was marveled when few days after Ghanaians, returned a very embarrassing verdict of his governance with an election results that we have never seen in the Fourth Republic. Few days after that, he gathered his men and women to give themselves award for serving us so well. No, I will get there. I'm just talking about how shameless he is. I'm using that to make the point about he being shameless. I mean, if I were in his shoes, I would have thought twice about that award ceremony.